Hi YouTube, it's Joe here. Back again, two videos in 2 weeks. You see, I'm flying now. I'm a part-time eBay reseller from South East London. For those of you who don't know, or if you're new to my videos, welcome. Yeah, just keeping going with the videos from last week, just showing you what I picked up this week again. Wasn't quite as exciting as last week, I'd say, but there's still some pretty decent bits in here. And yeah, I was, just goes to show that it's never the same every week, although there's sort of quite a few similarities. So I'll whiz through what I picked up. Got a couple of interesting bits, but stuff is fairly general. Picked up some jeans. There's one guy at my place who does jeans and clothes pretty free for £5. So I get sort of 6 pairs of jeans for a tenner, which is pretty decent. Nothing amazingly exciting, but yeah, diesel Darrens and Fanas, which are sort of like slim fitting diesel jeans, which are the only ones I sort of tend to go for at the moment. Then just sort of your standard Levi 501s. I did have this pair of 516s, and for a minute I got quite excited because 516s, they changed the style. 516 used to be like a flared pair, and they're really they go for really good money. But the 516, these ones, they're the more modern ones, the straight-legged ones. I didn't really check. I just sort of saw 516 and picked them up. I say for £1.50, they're still about a £15 jean. But the the flared ones go for pretty decent money, 40s, 50s, 60s. I've seen people get for them as well, and sometimes more. So that's all right. And then there's just like a pair of G-Star jeans behind there. So yeah, that's sort of pretty much bread and butter pickups. DVDs, again, just more of the same. These sort of Disney DVDs, a couple of these are sealed, that's why I went for them. All sort of like 50p a pound, and they're pretty decent. They tick over on some of the sort of like the Facebook selling posts that I've got. One guy had a load of PC games, nothing particularly exciting, but they were only wanted like 20p each, so I picked up black and white 1 and 2 for 50p for the pair, and they do about 15 to 20 quid as a little combo. This is obviously the collector's edition, which is slightly better than the original one, but yeah, so that was quite nice, and that sort of sells fairly regularly. At the back there, picked up a couple of squash rackets. They were just £1 each. They're going to need in the listing, I'll declare, obviously they need re-gripping down there, as you can see. But again, squash rackets, as long as they're graphite ones, as long as they're sort of Prince, Dunlops, Wilson, so on, for a quid you're not really going to lose money, because they always seem to sell for about 15 quid minimum, sort of 10, so nothing major, but reasonable. Over here, a couple of pairs of trainers. I paid 5 quid for these Nike Run Fly knits. They're quite nice trainer, nice colour actually. Although I've shown them to my wife and she's reserved those, so I'm not going to be able to sell them. But not a bad pair of trainers. They're probably worth about 25 quid, maybe a bit more, depending how patient you are. These were 2 quid. This is just a pair of Adidas Samoas. I've sold these quite a few times in the past. They do all right. A little bit of wear you can see there on the inside, but they were 2 quid. One guy who does all the clothes often has a lot of trainers, but I missed when he tipped them out. And if you're not there when he tips them, you're going to be looking slightly at the dregs. So yeah, I didn't really get a proper look at them. I've not had these before. These are Nike Cough Ultras or something like that. Cough Ultras, something like that. I've not had them before, but prices are varied on these. But these are all black ones. They're size 9 and they're in really good condition. So I just thought, if you're gonna go for a pair, these would be a good one. So it's good adult size, all black, and they only wanted 10 quid, but she did them for 8 quid. But I say they should be about £40 back if I'm patient on those. Now, more stuff again off this guy. He did have like a rail, so he has like slightly better things on a rail where you have to pay like £2.50 an item as opposed to 3 for a £5. But I've got some good bits. I got this Adidas jacket. Again, it doesn't look anything particularly special, but if you turn it over, it's Adidas Chili 62, and they always go for quite reasonable money. And it's a nice jacket, large. And it's genuine, and there's one on bids at the moment, large, exactly the same style as this, which is up to 45 quid. So for a £2.50, that was a no-brainer. Adidas windbreaker, but it's got like the Spurs one. Again, not a majorly exciting piece, but yeah, should do reasonably well with that. This I just bought because it caught my eye, and again, wife wants it. I knew she'd want it. £2.50. Just these sort of really loud shell suits do all right. It's not even branded, but yeah, so she's having that, so I don't even have to worry about listing that. And then this was really nice. This was a North Face Summit Series jacket, again for £2.50. Brilliant. The only thing is that sometimes some of the good stuff on the rails, there's often little faults, so you do have to check it over. And this one's got a little mark here, but that might rub out, might come out. And then there's also it looks a lot worse than what it is. There's actually just a little split in the underarm vent there. So yeah, a bit of a shame. I didn't notice that. I saw the mark on the front but didn't notice that. But again, for £2.50, it's a really quality jacket, really, really nice. So yeah, I should do. Oh, and there's a little bit of marking on the inside as well, but I'll be able to probably tidy that up, sort that out. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Charity shop, couple of bits I got in the week. I got Take That Howard. I've had these in the past, these and the Boyzone ones. This was £3, but yeah, it looks about 30 quid maybe on that. It does have a little bit of damage, sadly, to the front cellophane, but not really much I could do about that. But yeah, should still do all right, and it's completely sealed in there. And then there was some wallpaper in another charity shop. This was John Lewis. This is the style and the batch. I think it's called Celine or something like that. No, there you go, Ellen Citron. And again, never had it before. I have had wallpaper, obviously sold wallpaper in the past, but John Lewis stuff is always going to be pretty good. And they had 6 rolls. I only got one out here. 6 rolls for £20, and I looked online and people are selling a couple of people have sold individual rolls for 25 quid, so I just put all 6 on for 100 quid. I'll see how I get on. If they don't sell, I'll just shift I'll maybe start selling them individually. Somebody might message me and say they only want to buy 1 or 2. I've had that in the past with wallpapers, so yeah, quite good. With wallpaper, again, if it's just sort of the odd roll, it can sort of sit around, it's quite tricky. But if you can get like a bundle of the same ones, and if they've got the same batch number, it's worth looking, batch number or code, yeah, that helps as well. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. This last couple of bits, probably most interesting things I got today. This camera, I must confess, I didn't pick up today. I got this a couple of weeks ago, but I've only just got around to looking at it. It's a Nikon let's tidy that up a bit, L35AF, and it's actually a really decent camera. I picked it up just so I thought it looked quality. It just looked, I didn't search it, but it was only 2 quid, and yeah, it's really nice. And they've got I think there's a couple of different models from what I've looked up online, and this is one which has got ISO, goes all the way up to 1000. Yeah, you change it by just twisting the dial in there. And I couldn't get it to fire initially. I couldn't get it to sort of press. I was like, well, what have I done wrong? Is it broken? Is it faulty? But I looked at a quick tutorial, worked out how to sort of set the film, opened it up, shut it up, and it worked. It's got a timer and so on. And this isn't quite sort of like Yashica prices and stuff like that, Muji 2 sort of price, but it's really up there. People have sold these for sort of, I saw one go for 310 quid, 250 quid. Yeah, so the fact I've got that for 2 quid, pretty happy with that. Should aim for probably about 200. Yeah, so really pleased with that. That was a nice find. So that's another one to add to your sort of memory bank of cameras. This, yeah, if you see this one, this L35 Nikon. And then finally, this was another thing I picked up today. I've not really had anything like this before. This was the guy wanted 20 quid, but he said decided to do it for 15 quid. Sorry, the focus is a bit weird, isn't it? Sorry about that. There you go. And it's a Faber-Castell A3 drawing board, but underneath, I might need 2 hands for this, sorry. Yeah, underneath it's got loads more pencils and bits and pieces and stuff like that. And I thought, you know, I looked the boards up, and the boards do reasonably well. So it's got loads of like the pencils. It's got a couple of these sets of these pens. It's got another set behind here at the top. Set squares, loads of loads of leads, more ink, stuff like that. And with the case and all that, and I thought that's not bad. And he wanted 20 quid, and he said for me to do it for 15, which again was taking a bit of a chance on it. But I think, you know, looking at previous similars and sold similars, I think it should be at least, there must be sort of 50 to 60 quid's worth of kit in here, if not more. So I'll have to decide how I'm going to go about selling it. I'll probably just do it all as one big bundle, maybe do this, I've got 2 of these, so maybe do one of those separate, I don't know. But yeah, all in all, pretty happy with that. Some of the stuff that I got listed that I picked up last week, I've sort of managed to shift already, which is quite encouraging. Yeah, the Oakley sunglasses, I've got 40 quid for them, and a couple of the cassettes have sold, and some of the other bits and pieces. So generally really good, and just goes to show that you can have stuff sitting on for ages and not shift, and then the new stuff you put on that week tends to shift quite quickly, just to keep your numbers moving. So yeah, highlights, as everybody knows, I'm sort of stating the obvious here, but you know, the more stuff you get on and the newer stuff you get listed, chances are it's going to keep your numbers ticking over in regards to sales. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing all right, and yeah, good. Good. Thanks for all the comments. Actually, I should say that. Actually, thanks for all the comments that I got on my last video. People were really kind, saying, "Oh, welcome back. Yeah, good to see you again, Joe. Missed your videos and so on." So yeah, thank you for that. Appreciate that, and yeah, enjoy, like, subscribe. Is that what people say at the end of their videos? I don't know. Anyway, cheers, guys. See you soon. Bye.